a little bit of information about sort of where I'm coming from and why I think it's important. And the idea is that, like I said, I think that we're all here. We all think it's important. If you're going to grow your business, you can't just say, send me referrals. It's a reciprocal thing. And I think actually the best thing to do is to be the first one to say, how can I help you? What are you trying to do? Whether it's in your personal life, a career, looking for customers, as you meet and talk to people, it's sort of like, please let me know how I can help you. And part of that is, who do you need to meet? What kind of person do you need to meet? And it may not just be like, I need a customer. It's sort of like, I need this kind of person. Is this person in your circle of friends or in your community? And frankly, they don't have to be people who are close to you. I mean, they could be, it could be someone who the contacts that you bring together can be people who are sort of in distant circles. But what I was trying to say about, when you make a connection, sometimes, not all the time, but there's a little concern. I've done this where I make a connection and I'm like hitting myself. Why'd you do it? That was the dumbest thing. And don't beat yourself up. And the other thing is, I would say, when you're making these connections, don't think too hard about it. Right now, when we make connections, most of us write these long emails. Either we do one of two things. We just send off a contact. Here's the contact them, tell them I said you should call them. And that's fine. But I think that there's a sort of a better way. So between sort of this middle ground between just sending off a contact or writing a very long email. Oh, this is the background of this person and you're this person and here's why you do. Because both ways, the long email takes a lot. So if you don't have this very strong conviction that these two people ought to meet, you don't want to invest the time. It's exhausting, but you don't want to invest that time. But frankly, I think that we should just be in a regular course, be thinking about who should we connect? And you know what? They don't have to be perfect and they don't have to be the best thing, but it's sort of like, let's get those worlds colliding. If you go on LinkedIn and you don't know somebody and you reach out, they charge you a lot or they don't let you make that connection. So it's really incumbent upon us. It's really our job to say, I think, you do this. I think you ought to meet that person. And do it quickly and do it in the moment. And that's why I created this app called Connector Street. And I know Julie had asked you to bring your phones. And what I'd love to do is ask you to download the app because Laura and I are working together. And we'd like to see, the thesis is that if you have an app that looks like this, Connector Street, and so it's in the Google Play Store, it's free, first of all, Google Play Store and the Apple Store. If you have an app like this on your phone, as you think of people you could connect and you're talking, just do it. Don't think too hard about it. And I actually think about, when I think about making these connections, it reminds me of when I was a kid and your teachers would tell you when you're taking tests, like the first answer that comes to your mind, put that down. Don't go back and don't go change it because the first time you think about it, that's probably going to be the right answer. And I think it's the same thing here. You think about two people that you think ought to meet, or I think she'd be good for that person. Just do it. And then here's what you do. You send both those people a little note, a little text, or you pick up the phone and say, listen, I just made this connection. I thought it might be good. If you like it, great. If not, don't worry about it. But then you know what that does? That tells the two people in your network you are thinking about them. And you know what? They're going to think about you too. And so,
you know what, Andrea, can I just say that I want to remind people about how they feel after they go to a networking event. Sometimes you walk out of there and your head is just like exploding because you've promised, I'm going to send you the name of that electrician. I'm going to send you the name of that plumber. I know somebody who can do your printing. And by the time you get back to the office, I'm thinking about like the first Friday networking where there's 80, 100 people. By the time I get back to the office, I'm like, oh my God, this app lets you do it on the spot,
right in the moment,
Oh, so you don't have to wait until you get back.
Excuse me, did you find it in the App Store?
You can what?
Has everybody found it in the App Store? It's called Connector Street, 2 words. It's super easy to do the profile. You're just going to give the app your name, your mobile phone number, the one that you always use, and your email, and then add a picture or an avatar.
Your email is your password?
Actually, no. Your email. So your phone number is your phone number is going to be your unique identifier. That's how the app knows it's you. And then you're going to create another password with 8 digits and a capital letter and a number and a special, exclamation point or
Character.
Character. Thank you. Thank you. Is everybody downloading? And there's a little eyeball you can click so you can see what you're typing when you do your password, because everybody always has that's always seems to be the hardest thing, is get that password right and do it twice. And just, if you forget your password in the future, it's super easy. You just said you forget your password, you could always put in another one. So it's very, very easy. We make that very easy for you. And I'll give you a little more information. So you're going to download the app, and it integrates with your contacts. We never see your contacts. Your contacts stay on your phone, so you don't have to worry about us doing anything with it. And just so you know, we had to certify to Apple that we don't touch anybody's contacts. The Google Play Store and the Apple Store have gotten very, very, let's just say, assertive about security measures, what we will do, what we won't do. So we had to certify to like everything about this app. So just so you know.
Password.
Yeah. So the app's going to integrate with your contacts. It asks for access to your pictures, because when you make these introductions, so what's going to happen is you're going to click on 2 names. We're going to do it together. But the introductions are best when you use a photo. Super impactful. And
even if it's an old photo.
Mine's like and I would tell you, if you don't have a photo, put it in an avatar. It really makes it look nice. And the thing is, you're not writing those long emails anymore. What you're doing is you're just giving a very impactful, boom, you guys need to meet, picture, and you're going to see. We're gonna do it together. So let me know when you're all done.
Well, I think everybody in NRG should like invite each other.
Well, I would say it's not inviting. So inviting is what you do when you ask someone, you say, and I'd love you to invite people to the app, because then the more people are on the app, the better. And the thing is, if you're on the app and you get an introduction from somebody else, so somebody introduces you to their friend or contact, with one click, that contact information goes into your contacts. So you don't have to copy and paste, but you need to be on the app to do that. So if Laura starts makes intros for you, you want to be able to get that other person's contact information into your contacts quickly. So you want to be on the app. The other thing is the app, what you'll see here, you click this button. I'm going to go through it with you, but that green button, if you click that, that's how you make an introduction. The orange button is where all the introductions that you make, where they're stored. And that purple button in the bottom, if you click that, that's where you see all the introductions that you receive. So you never miss an introduction, never. And the other thing is that when you open up an introduction, you can look at the introductions that you've sent. So this is a list of all the introductions I made, over the last couple of days. If I open it up, I can look at it.
Can't remember this.
I can look at the introduction. Oh, this is what I said to both of them. And then I can click something that says edit introduction. I can click on edit introduction, and it takes me back to the intro. And now I can send them a new message and send it out again. How did it go? Just like I'm doing. Click on add first friend. Okay.
Should we all add Laura?
Yeah, you can. You can do Laura, but what I would love you to do is I'm going to challenge you right now. I'm challenging you to introduce Laura to someone who could be a chamber member, who's not yet a chamber member.
Thank you.
That would be like a great thing. So here's the thing, what Laura and I would like to do, if you're all game, is we want to start looking at how many connections the chamber is making as a group. And let's see if we can double it over the next month.
So do you have to have them in your
triple it.
address book already?
Well, you don't have to. Here's what happens. So as you can see on my list, all these people who are on the in my contacts, these people are on Connect Your Street. But if I want to add somebody, and you will see as people start joining Connector Street, they will show up on a list in your, in your app contacts. But if I don't have someone in my contacts who I want to introduce, at the bottom it says add custom contact. And if you click that, it takes you to a screen that looks like this. And that's how you add them. That's how you add someone new who you want to introduce. But if you look to the left at the bottom, it says add to contacts with a question. And if you add someone new into the app and then you click on add to contacts, they automatically get added to your contacts. So they will become part of your contacts. So yeah, so I would challenge you to like find someone that isn't part of the chamber and introduce them to Laura. And Laura's on the app. Okay. And if you don't, so should we try to do this? Should we try to, or you can do a test if you want. But like I said, I think let's make it, let's see if we can make it real. So Laura's, I'm going to type Laura's name here as my first friend. Let me see if I can type AURA. And here she is. So I typed Laura's name. And when I typed her, look at this lovely, she's got a lovely profile picture. Right. And so if I were going to introduce her to someone, then I click on add second friend. And I would need to think of somebody who I know in Ohio. But let's say I was going to introduce her to someone. You know what? I'm going to introduce her to one of you as a
Doesn't have
test.
anything in mind.
Yeah, Julie just connected me with.
I don't know. I tried, there's no picture.
The new restaurant.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and I know you already met him, but now you have his phone number.
Yeah, I didn't have his contact
It was a-
information.
I don't see the Laura chamber.
So
I
David,
don't see us.
are you in there? Give me your phone number, David.
What is
Okay,
yours
I want to
say?
show you. I'm going to do a test, and I want you to see what it feels like to get it. Okay.
Sure. It's 216 Laura Soprano.
Yeah.
678
678. Yeah.
6894.
I'm Julie D. from Nordonia Hills News.
There's nothing there.
And you're REI, Rydell, REI,
RIE.
RIE.
I
Sorry.
screw it up all the time.
Okay. So I'm confirming. So David,
you know
so
what?
I
Too,
have
because of
David,
her
but
email
David did not
address.
put in a portfolio picture, a profile picture. So you need to add an
You've got her
avatar
phone number. Okay.
because it doesn't look pretty.
Yeah.
I'm a stick man.
So
You
so you
should
should
get it
you should go back and just click when you go to the home screen, just click on
Is this
your face.
is this unique LED? Because everybody's in unique LED.
So your phone number is your unique ID. The phone number that you use in your profile. And I'm gonna just do this. I'm just gonna pick a message from the app. And you can edit that message. And let's say you write a message that you like, you can save it to your own library. So I just sent a message. I just did a test message and I connected David and Laura. And both of you should get 3 notifications: a text notification, an
None of them have
email,
her name.
and an in-app. Hey, Linda, you
Email.
sound like you have some questions. Can I answer your questions?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't even find Laura in here, and I have her in here like a million times.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see what you're typing. Okay, put your phone up to me.
Well, it's trying to look through her contact
It's
list.
looking through my contacts.
Right, so did you type out the word Laura
Yes.
and then a space and then S?
I have her in here, but Daryl says he saw her picture and there's a little C next to it, but there's not on mine. And we
Yeah,
share the same email thing.
Yeah, it's all the phone number. So it's the phone number that creates the account, not the email. So if you're having trouble picking Laura out, you're saying you're
Okay, I have it.
okay. David, did you get those notifications? Oh, and David just sent me a message, an in-app message. Fabulous. Thanks for the intro. So when you get those notifications, when you're on the app, the best thing to do is look at the message in the app, because if you look at it as a text or an email, it doesn't know you're on the app. Because the two people that you introduce, they don't have to be on the app to get your message. They're going to get a text message and an email message. So if you're on the app and you see you get a text message or an email message, don't open the app there. Go right into the app and look at the message there.
That why it keeps telling me to download the app?
Yeah, because you need to look at the
Oh.
message in the app.
Okay, I couldn't figure that out.
Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly why.
Okay.
Because it doesn't know. It just thinks you're, any person.
Well, I'm not anymore.
You're not, and we know that. That's why you have to look at it in the app.
And then I can send.
Wow, this is like really weird. I was just gonna introduce David Rydell to Kevin Spring, and Kevin Spring is calling me. Isn't that weird?
But you should do it when you're on the phone. You should say, "I'm gonna introduce you to someone using a new app." The other thing is, I always
I'm a
tell
little
people-
busy right now.
No, what I was going to say is that most people don't know about this app. It's really brand
Already
new.
confirmed.
So you need, when you're making introductions, you always want to tell them, "I'm using this app to make an introduction. It
Right.
helps me keep track."
Yeah,
When
he
you-
might be calling me saying, "What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah, he probably is because you connected him to me.
Oh, that's why he just called you. That's why. But
Yeah,
but
I'm sure he
this-
is.
But that's what happens when you make
Yeah.
these introductions. It
No,
just
no.
reinforces your network.
Maria, how are you doing down there?
Said your phone number is the one.
Mine is good.
Yeah, you're good?
Are you able to? Is there someone you can connect during this meeting?
Um,
Anyone
No.
you can think of?
I don't have it handy.
You don't have what handy?
A phone number and a
Oh.
name. I'm trying to think, who do I know that you don't know? So you know everybody.
I don't.
But I'm good.
Okay.
So that's the basics. I'll tell you
That's
there's
a terrible picture. You need to change.
there's one more thing.
Quick shot, dear.
There's one more thing at the top here.
So
It
you gotta
says
say
view
what-
your notifications, and those are all the in-app messages that you get.
How you think they should connect.
So that's one place where you see all the in-app notifications that you get.
Okay, how did you get there, Andrea?
I went to the home screen, and right under your picture on the home screen, it says view your notifications.
Right.
And those are all the messages. Those are all the in-app messages that you get. Now, I'll tell you one other thing that causes some confusion sometimes, which is that we have in-app messaging one way. It's not really in-app messaging. It's really a broadcast, and the app does not save it. So if you send someone an in-app message a one way, like "thanks so much for the intro" or something like that, it says on the screen, this disappears. Like, it's one of those disappearing messages, and it's not saved. So I just want to let you know that if you send a text or an email, of course, that's going to be in your inbox or your sent file. But in the app, these one-way messages it says it there, but I just want to reinforce it so that there's no confusion. We wanted to get the app out, and so we're right now testing it, as you know, and as we get feedback, the feedback we're getting is very, very good, and people are saying they want more, and they want more in-app messaging, they want group messaging, and this is something that came up yesterday, and it's come up a lot, but chambers want to be able to download and create basically a group on the Connector Street platform, and then invite members and say, your membership's waiting for you. Please come here to this place on our platform to redeem your membership. And then they want to be able to see sort of the chamber logo on the app. And that's something that I am talking to my developers about.
Hey, Celeste.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late. And
Hi,
Bill had
Celeste.
an appointment to go to. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So we've been, everybody downloaded an app called Connector Street.
You have
I'm
your
working with
phone, Celeste? Grab
was
your phone.
Ah, thank you.
And it's an app for making connections in just a few clicks. And so it's, as you think of people who would be good connections, whether it's professional or personal, this lets you make the intro in just a few clicks, really sort of easy and fun. And so I'm working with Laura and the rest of the chamber to get folks to be thinking about how they can make connections and to be doing it sort of just without a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
So you can just do it on the fly. And I think, I can't wait till we have more events that are in person, because that's when it really, you really like, you're talking to someone, oh, you need to meet that person. And then you can pull out the app and just do it in the moment. But
The
even
app
when
is
we're
called, I'm sorry, the app is called
Connector Street.
Oh, Connector.
Connector Street. Yep.
Connector Street.
Yeah, Celeste is pretty savvy. I think she can probably.
And
catch
I
up.
would just say, I'm going to put my phone number. I'm going to put my phone number into the chat. And what I'd love everybody to do, if you have any ideas, things you like, things you don't like, things that you think would make it easier for you, or call me, send me a text. This is the time. I'm actively working with my developers right now to do sort of the next, where it goes next. And I've been hearing from different people what they'd like to see. One person yesterday said they'd like a place where they could make notes, type up notes. So they make that connection, but they also want to be able to write notes about the connection, or that sort of thing. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. So, if there's something that you see that you'd like, or something that you think is tricky, or, you'd like it changed, tell me. It's, for me, that'd be so helpful. And yeah, please.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm entrepreneurial, and I'm helping my husband out with his shirt business, silk screening. I also am a photographer, and I also sell Arbonne skincare and healthcare products. So can 3 of my businesses basically use this in one platform?
Yeah. Okay. And Celeste, I would say, or there you are, you just skipped over. So the app, so the app is about connecting 2 people. And frankly, if you want, I've spent so much time on this call. I'd love to talk to you after the call. And maybe there's a way you can actually help me, because if you are entrepreneurial, I'm looking for people to help me. And I'll be honest with you, I did marketing when I was very young, right out of college, for like 10 years, but I am not facile when it comes to social media platforms. And
That's my specialty.
Well, listen, the 2 of you, both of you, like, I really am all, I would love to figure out if Julie, both of you, Julie, Celeste, first of all, I'd love to learn more about your businesses and how it could work, but both of you, if you have ideas or ways that we can work together, I'm game. And I just, I've really been reflecting as I've been meeting people on these calls, just how lovely the people are. I mean, I'm zooming in all over the country, and it's heartening. We're talking about what makes us happy. And I will tell you, like, being on this call today with all of you, it's going to be the highlight of my day. So I just want to share.
Have the best people.
I just want to share that. I just want to share that with you. Like, that's just,